Sergio. Sergio has been in the club a short period of time, and he's just hit the ground running. He's volunteered. He's an officer already, and he's a welcome addition to our club. Speech this morning that he's going to give is one dear to my heart about money. He's going to tell us what money made is the same as money saved. It's 6 to 7 minutes. Please help me welcome to the lectern, Sergio.
Good morning, everyone. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes.
Did I hear an okay? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Title of the speech is Money Saved is Money Made. And today I'm going to be talking about how you can save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every time you buy a new car, you buy a used car, or simply you get your car repaired. I've been in the auto industry for over 14 years now, and I own 2 mechanic shops just in the area, out in the area of Fullerton, and very close in Anaheim. So I've been doing this for a long time, so I know a little about the auto industry. So I'm sure some of you guys have bought a new car before, maybe bought a used car or had your car repaired, right? So whenever we want to buy a new car, right? We see the car on the road, we get excited. We want to go to a dealership. We're excited. We're excited because not only we need a car for transportation, being in Southern California and having a car, having a vehicle is so important because that's the only transportation to move around. So every time we buy a new car, we get excited again, right? But the biggest mistakes we make is that we don't know what we're looking for, right? So every time we buy a car, when we go into a dealership, not know what we want. And there is a saying that goes that we buy emotionally and we justify logically. So every time you go into a dealership, the salesman, they usually approach you, and the first thing they ask, what are you looking for? A lot of the times, most of us, we have no idea what we're looking for. And that being said, the first thing they do is they put you in the car they want. They put you in a car that you think you want, but you're not sure about it. So you get in the car, you fall in love with the new car, right? But that's the biggest mistake you can make. This is what you need to do. Number one, you got to find out the retail value of the car, and every manufacturer has a retail value. What that means is that before you walk into the dealership, you got to know what you want. You got to know the year, make, and model of the vehicle you want. You might not necessarily be sure about the color, but you got to make sure you know the year, make, and model. That way, you gotta, before you walk into a dealership, you gotta find out the value of the car, and you can call multiple dealerships, and by law they should have a value of what the car is worth. So before you walk in, you got to make sure you make those calls. So when you call the dealership, you ask them how much they're selling the car for. You already know the value of the car. The manufacturer sets that price before the car gets on the market. So before you do that, you make sure you call them and ask if they have the car you want and how much they're selling it for. And that's a huge advantage. Second thing, when you're ready to buy the car, when you decided that the car you want, I always encourage people, do not get the extended warranty. Because every brand new car already comes with a 3 years and 36,000 miles warranty. And most cars usually last from 5 to 10 years, up to 100,000 miles. And the chances of the car breaking down are very, very slim. So I encourage you guys not to get the extended warranty, because in reality, it's just a waste of money. It's something to think about. Second, let's move on to whenever you're buying a used car, right? You want something reliable. You want something that can take you around, and you want something that looks good. So before you buy a used car, you gotta do your research. Again, going back to the basics, you gotta know what you're looking for. You can't just say, I just want a used car. You can't just imagine buying a used car. You gotta know exactly what you're looking for. And a great website you can look into is Kelley Blue Book. And by going to Kelley Blue Book, they've been around for over 50 years now. And what they do, They look at the car. They look at the cars and the value of the car. So this is a great website that you can get into and find out how much the car is worth before you actually go on the market and try to find for it. Another great idea is to go to websites like autotrader.com, carsdirect.com, cargurus.com, and that'll give you an idea of the car you're looking for. And the second thing you want to do is you want to find a mechanic. You want to find a shop that you can take your car into before you buy the car. That's and I always encourage people, when they buy a used car, you find the car, you fall in love with the car, but before you pay for that car, not only you want to make sure it's going to pass smog, but if you can afford $50 to $100, any shop, any mechanic will take a look into the car before you buy it. Because if you don't do that, you might end up in hundreds of thousands of dollars unnecessary repairs if you would have just taken that time to take it into a mechanic shop, right? And how many of you guys have seen this, right? Once you buy the new car, once you buy the used cars, how many have you guys seen this popping out of your dashboard? Check engine, right? And that check engine light freaks people up, right? Freaks people up. They have no idea what to do, and a lot of the times it could be one simple thing. But that simple thing, when you take it into a car repair shop, when you take it into a dealership, that can cost you from $50 to $150 just to find out what it is. So I'm going to give you a simple tip how you can save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars when this little light pops up. This little tool right here, it's called a scanner, and they range between $10 to $50 depending on the manufacturer. But this little tool can help you save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year. So every time your check engine light pops up, this is what I've encouraged you guys to get. This little tool, you can hook it up into your OBD2 port. And some of you might not know what an OBD2 port and how to find out what the check engine light does. What I would do is I go to YouTube, Google it. It's so simple, but because we have never seen it before, right? It's out of a comfort zone. We never seen it. We don't know what it is, but it's so simple. It takes 5 to 10 minutes just so that before you take it into a repair shop, you know, you get an idea what it's about, and that way it can save you time and it can save you a lot of money. So I encourage you guys to get this tool. It's really simple to use, and that will give you a peace of mind knowing that that this it's not something big. And last thing but not least, support your local businesses. I've been in the industry for over 14 years now. I own 2 mechanic shops. I have about 5 guys that are really reliable, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there as well. So I encourage you guys to use your local businesses, use your local auto shops, and they'll be honest with you, and I'm sure you can save hundreds of thousands of dollars not going to the dealership, not going to a major company auto repair shop, because a lot of the service writers, they're on commissions. A lot of the people they just want to get in your pockets. So I encourage you guys to visit your local businesses. With that, I'll send the meeting back to you, Mr. Toastmasters. Can start.